Cyberpunk Edgerunners is really, really, really good. But why? No, I'm kidding. But I do think there is some weight to that question. Instead of why is Cyberpunk Edgerunners so good, I would like to ask, when is Cyberpunk Edgerunners so good? The answer is episode 6. If that's all you wanted, you can go now. Okay, so for the rest of you intellectuals, welcome. Now, why do I think that specifically episode 6 of Cyberpunk is what turns this show from, yeah, it was pretty good, a little lackluster, but good, to, oh my god, what am I watching? There are tears coming out of my eyes. It is so good. Episode 6 of Cyberpunk Edgerunners does quite a few things. It starts differently than any other episode in the series. We not only see a character that we can't identify, we hear a radio station talking about the American dream in the background. This does quite a few things off the bat, which you could already figure out. We are unnerved as an audience, and it gives us a sign that this is a pivotal moment in the plot. The scene snaps back to the present where it is revealed that Maine was the kid we saw beforehand. This really pushes this huge theme of change and transformation in Cyberpunk. And not only did Maine get big with a lot of cyberware, he's also acting noticeably different than the last time we saw him. He's shaking, and we can already guess as an audience that this is cyberpsychosis. We saw it a few times already in the story, and we know it's not a good thing to have happen. And if you played the game, you definitely know what cyberpsychosis is. A few plot-relevant things happen here, like Maine knocking Kiwi out, which leads to David being pulled in with Lucy. Maine and Dorio? Is that how you say your name? Need to jack Lucy in to get the data. This is where we could see some things elevating the episode as a whole, and that's the angle the camera takes. Oh my god, the camera angles in this episode are something that we don't see much. It's off-center the entire time. It feels like someone's holding it and moving it between these two characters in some of these scenes, which works so well with the Cyberpunk art style, and I think really elevates this and unnerves the audience. Why is everything just not level? That floor is angled weird. What is going on here? Why is there a height difference between David and Lucy in this one frame? What is going on? It adds so much depth to the episode. I love it. What is also unsettling is all the times where the scene snaps to the desert. I forgot to mention at the start of this episode, young Maine reaches the end of the road. You should pin that in your brain real quick. Every one of these scenes, the audience sees a desert, adds so much contrast. Not only visually, we switch from a dark room to a bright yellow with a noticeably smaller character. The desert is free, and the situation they are in is not. This is thematically a change. Lucy has to scrub the data of Arasaka, or they will go and kill everyone. We get some more plot from Faraday, and Lucy's jacked into the exec. The exec starts waking up, blah 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 blah, and now David is at the point where he must make a decision on what to do with the executive. The rest of the episode is such a masterclass in artistic creative liberties. We get to see Maine lose his mind more into cyberpsychosis. David makes a run at being a hotshot while trying to go down in a blaze of glory with Maine, which she shuts down, by the way. I want to mention this episode really plays with the shadows the whole time. Across every scene, you could see a dark contrast between the dark shadows on like one side of the face, bright shadows on the other. It adds so much to this, and I think this is just my personal theory, is that it's meant to represent the choice David needs to make between going further into a life of crime or taking the XX offer at a high life. We obviously know what his choice is because he lives a life of crime. This episode plays with the audience in a way that I don't really see many shows replicating. Not only do we see the effects of cyberpsychosis in real time, it acts as a warning sign for David if he does decide to continue down this path. This episode does end our first act of CP. What? No. Guys, I meant Cyberpunk. I think this episode is just the pivot of Cyberpunk Edgerunners and begins to define what this show really is trying to do. The plot relevance, the character development, the foreshadowing. So many artistic liberties were taken in this episode to get this point across to the audience. And I think that is just such an amazing thing to have happen in such a short episode. It's also so incredibly quick, so fast-paced. Maybe the quickest episode aside from the finale, the last two episodes. Such a quick episode. So much is happening in it. And it's just a masterpiece. Guys, I cannot thank you enough for how many views the last video got. I was expecting maybe 10 to 15 people to watch it. And right now, as of writing this script on the 9th of June, I have 2,000 views on that episode. What? And 20 subs. That's insane. That's insane. I did a lower poll to see what I think you guys would want to watch on the next one. and it came up to be Cyberpunk by the end of the weekend. So this is what we're doing. I think I'm going to do that again for the next one. Just stay tuned for that. And this one's a little bit shorter. I'll make these next scripts a little bit longer. Not the 5-minute mark, but yeah. Again, thank you guys so much. At like 100 subs, I'll rate the baddest Marvel Rival characters or something. I don't know.